Oh, this thing is not working again. OMG. Anyway, darlings, how are you guys doing? How was your weekend? My weekend was so odd. It was very slow and then it picked up speed. I didn't do anything crazy. Your auntie is she can't be getting low on the ground like that anymore. Eee. Anywho, and plus we're like in the middle of this heat wave still. And I don't think this heat wave is going to end until about, I want to say, mid November. So, yes, I have been staying indoors if I don't need to be outside because, honey, it takes about 10 minutes to cool down the core with that AC blasting. No, 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 no. And the gas prices? Never mind that. Mm. So, since Love is Blind is going to show us, you know what, the near end of the UK version season, I thought, you know what? Why don't we do a little thing on wedding predictions? Who do you guys think is ultimately going to get on that aisle, say I do to each other, and go right off into the sunset? Well, at least until the cameras stop rolling, right? Mm. So, these are just my predictions based on what we have seen on the screen, and some of them really have been the same for me as they have been, like, through the inception of their dating and getting engaged and things like that. So without further ado, let's rip this bandage right off, shall we? So first off, Ollie and Demi. I feel like Demi will say no. I feel like she will finally get clarity of mind that she's not found the one for her for the rest of her life. Like the myriad what ifs that are swirling around her head, and in, like, in her and Ollie's relationship finally will take a toll on her, and she decides to give love a chance, but love herself, all of herself, without Ollie. I mean, look, she did say that she went on the show to find a husband, but I think during this experiment, she has found a deeper courage and love for herself instead, which is a great, great thing for her. I mean, hello, I am all here for that. So, leading up to all of this, we've seen Ollie not exactly been the sort of boyfriend, who seems loud and proud to be with Demi. I mean, not saying that they need to snog every 10 minutes, but to maybe like hold her hands in public or like put his arm around her, like small acts of intimacy that's seen by others, not others that she's related to or he's related to. You know what I mean? But like just other people. I think in the end, he really went through the experiment for reasons only known to him. And even though in his heart, Demi's just a friend, like not his type. And honestly, he sounded like Clay since the jump. So, anywho, moving on to Sabrina and Steven. They make it to the altar for me, in my opinion, but I feel like they're gonna end up not pushing through with the ideas. Like I feel like something in Sabrina just tells her that the road to the altar was rushed, just like his hyper vacuum, and that she's not ready to make that commitment unless she's had a long try at their relationship. Going back and forth, seeing how each other is without the cameras. Again, that's just my opinion. That's just my prediction. Freddie and Catherine, at this point, at this point, for me, it is all clear that Freddie will say no. For me, his reservations and the advice of his family weighing heavily on him, he decides that this is just not the woman he wants to marry. They're too incompatible. I mean, beyond even just finances, it's too vast a bridge to cross for him. And of course, he's also next in line to take care of his brother Jack, who has Down syndrome. So, notably, he has to be careful and make sure that he's financially secure to take on that extra responsibility as well. So, yes, they have had issues with this prenup that, uh, Freddie is planning to leave his estate and everything else that he's amassed so far to his sister in the event that his union with Catherine doesn't go the distance. I mean, on the flip side of that, Catherine can also add her own set of stipulations in that document, provided she cares to bring it to like a barrister to look over and, provide her legal advice. That's up to her, obviously, if she can get over her feelings about it. But from what we've seen, she's seeking the advice of her friends instead, who look like, I'm sorry to have to say this, they look like they hang out with Anna Delvey. No offense. Okay. Moving along, Maria and Tom. I feel like his condescension is going to really truly be the final nail in the coffin for Maria. I mean, this tops the request from him for a partner who will also be likely moving in with him, right? And pay half of his mortgage. Like, Tom is the kind of person that's like, you don't get a free ride. You had to pay your way. And look, that's his prerogative. He's all kinds of independent. He wants the same for a partner of his. And also, her lack of white collar job, we already know is going to always be a thorn on the side of Tom. Sorry. And likely will never be a resolved issue, as she's going likely to continue her career as a makeup artist. So, in Tom's mind, her financial instability, because she's a freelance makeup artist, I presume, is too heavy a burden for him to bear. Like, he didn't say he didn't want to stay. Oh, he did also say that he didn't want a stay at home wife. And that's for a reason, obviously. He wants someone who would share the burden of the household with him, 50-50, or nothing at all. So if they do get married, she'll always be in his shadow and slowly will feel less and less as his wife too, I feel like. I mean, he even served his sister before he served Maria the pasta when she met his sisters. I'm just saying, if that's not signing up, it's like, girl, I'm just saying. So moving on to Jasmine and Bobby, my God, these two, I feel like these two will now get married. They'll make it to the altar, but Bobby may ultimately decide to pull the plug due to the contention with the overbearing narcissism of his future mother in law, Marissa, and his fiancee Jasmine's unchecked jealousy issue. Like, the girl is jealous of anyone who stands next to him, for goodness sakes. Even like a girl who was in his video from 7 years ago. It sends her like jealous meter over. She and her mother need help like pronto. Seriously. From 7 years ago, girl. He can't help that you have issues in your own personality, in your own self. That's all you, boo. I don't think you need a husband. I think you need a golden retriever and leave it that. Anyway, Binaya Nicole, I feel like these two will get married because she doesn't want to have to be embarrassed again on national TV, if not on international TV. Is he a catch? No, not in my opinion, because like according to his mom, he went off to Germany. They didn't know where he was because he was heartbroken over the Nicole thing when she didn't choose him. But I'm feeling like yes, he deserves to have that sort of clarity and clear his mind and everything, and get his grief out over that budding relationship. But I feel like he's far too emotional. Yay, I do. He's like full on. But, look, that's just my opinion, and I'm not sleeping with him. So, Nicole, it's all you, girl. All you. Don't go crying to us on the socials if this doesn't pan out. Again, darlings, that's just my short blip on who I predict will stay, will not stay, will make it to the altar, will not make it to the altar, and vice versa. So, I guess we all will be watching, right? On the edge of our seats, who will actually say, I do on the 21st. See y'all then. Talk to you later. Toodaloo for now. Bye.